Behind the chain, 2nd and 13. Here's Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Gain on the play.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
A gain of 2 yards on the play. Brings up 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive. Bridgewater going to lead the Panthers up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Bridgewater now from the 50. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Lead to Christian McCaffrey. It's a gain of 4. Brings up
out of the gun, Bridgewater. And that is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And they'll try for it here on 4th. Bridgewater and company stay out there. Bridgewater again. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
Well, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Here's Wilson to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again, Wilson. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. They'll run on first down. Carson, and very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he boiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
And a short gain here, down to the 22.
He was taken down at the 20.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. Here's Wilson. Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And he's into the clear. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. Third down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Joey Sly to kick off for Carolina.
Sly set to boot it. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position and throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
On first down, it's Carson. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. This is Carson. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
And it's 3rd down.
And a throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
4th down. Here's Wilson. Past the 20. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Heck of a 4th and short conversion. They end up getting north of 20 yards. Now Carlos Hyde in the game. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one.
He tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin puts it on. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The
Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I'm hearing my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. They give him a gain of 37. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return will stop right around the 25. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Wilson going for it all. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, 26 yards. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
At 7. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here. This is intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Now, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Wilson. He finds his running back, Hyde.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
He may try and run for this. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Wilson. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, and that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Greg Olsen was the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
And 13.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Jason Myers on for the field goal. A 48-yard attempt.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Well, they were a little too excited to get the football, touched it before it went 10 yards.
And that's so difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes you can just take a bad hop and veer into your lane or into your body. In this case, though, they touched it before 10. Illegal touching is the call.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. Fielded in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying under double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 38-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
7-yard line.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. A tackle made by K.J. Wright.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Bridgewater able to get this to Thomas, his tight end. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. From the gun, Bridgewater. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Demarius Randall that time there to knock it free. A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Well, no takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. Taking a shot for Samuel. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will knot us up at 10. So they come away from this opening drive of the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
And he returns this to the 22.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And we're back now in Charlotte. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A run there on 1st down, and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Flush to his right. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now it's Carson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? They run again with Carson. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. To throw is Wilson. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And they're looking at 4th down now in this tie ball game. And that is was no good. He pulled it just a wee bit wide left. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. Now coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
Gain on the play. Brings up second.
Bridgewater to throw.
At the 20-yard line.
And that is incomplete. The intended receiver there, Ian Thomas, and it's third down.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Bridgewater. And he comes back with one complete. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now Bridgewater. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But
it's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field.
DK Metcalf.
It's a big play there for Seattle. 63 yards. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on first and goal.
56 for Mike, 56. Check 56.
They run it with Carson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
On the stop. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. He's made one, and he's missed one thus far. This for the win. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
Seahawks field goal. A 24-yard attempt.
And this is no good. Close, but he misses just left of the upright. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not getting too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them in bounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Carolina. A partner, great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte. The NFL on EA Sports brings us to North Carolina and Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Joey Sly, the kicker, stands ready. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now a play fake here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now it's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is caught inside the 5.
Wilson.
And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
Seattle.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Carson. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd.
On 2nd down now. It's Carson. And this time he is in. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 7-0. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Bridgewater and the Panthers going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 18. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, McCaffrey.
At the 16.
And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw, Bridgewater. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner.
Come on now, come on.
Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Throwing is Wilson. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
Touchdown.
4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you,
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Jason Myers.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
That one good for 33 and a first.
First and 10. The 48-yard line.
Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a first and 10. Bridgewater to throw it this time. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Matt Rule, a risk taker in college, going for it. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. It's a foot race. The 20. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 43 yards. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer.
We know it's primarily a passing league now, but anytime a runner breaks one like that, you've got to have a secondary that can find a way to him and find a way to get him on the ground. Absent of that, he's going to find the end zone every time.
It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7.
Makes the score Seahawks 21, Panthers 7.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Taken in the end zone. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one.
25-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because The way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
The tackle made at the 44.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon. That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th with Wilson. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
Let them know. Check 24.
Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 41, Bridgewater. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
1st and 10 at the 20.
Back to the ground on 1st. It's McCaffrey. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Brings up 2nd and 4 on the Seahawks' 24-yard line.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando.
Cannon, the ball carrier. Jamal Adams there on the tackle. It's a gain of
Bridgewater, a play fake to McCaffrey. He'll look to throw. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. From 21 yards away. And the Panthers are able to get this back within a touchdown. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Point after, right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
Joey Slye to kick off for Carolina.
Joey Slye now to kick off after the touchdown. Tyler Lockett now with a return. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Tyler Lockett on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Brian Burns in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Second down.
Throwing on second and long. Wilson. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Greg Olsen.
A first down there on a pickup of 25.
First down, Seahawks.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. From the 24, Wilson. That's going to be caught. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Wilson. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
It's 2nd down and goal.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This just a 24-yard attempt. And Myers able to knock it through, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Kick off for Seattle.
The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. Taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they